How do you change a battery on a Ford Escape? That's what we're going to look at here today. And it's not that easy, but it is doable. Let's jump right into it. So here is a Ford Escape 2020. And as you look here closer at the battery, it would seem that you could disconnect the cables and lift it straight out. However, that's not the case. It has to be brought forward and up because it is connected down there with a piece that goes into a slot, making it such that you have to pull it out. So we're gonna have to remove the air intake here, the filter, and a few other things, and the cables can be a little complex. As you see here, there's several different things connecting. We're gonna break that down and make it easy. Let's jump right into it. So let's break this down in terms of which cables need to be removed from the battery to take it out and reinstall. First, take the cover off. The only two that need to be disconnected on this are the positive. You need to remove this one here, loosen it, and the one back here to the back. This front nut here does not need to be loosened. It can stay in place. And that will release this cable here. As far as the negative goes, what you will do is loosen the nut here to release the cable, and then there's a connector here as well that will need to be detached, which we will show you in a minute. And that's really it. So this is all you have to take apart. This is the cable here you're looking at, and it's the negative, remove off the post. And then here is the attachment that goes on to the negative cable. You just simply pop that out, and you see I've released the positive cable and only removed this one right here, that nut, and it moves out of the way. Now, the next step is straightforward that I'm sure you're used to. That's releasing the strap that goes across the battery. There's a nut here, and then there's one you can see down in there. So we'll remove this next. So now we're going to release this bracket. We've already taken one bolt off. We're going to go down here now with an extension 10mm socket, and we will remove the other nut to release the bracket. As we mentioned, you need to remove the air filter. And right here, you'll see that there is a clamp, flathead screwdriver. You loosen that. This pops off. There are a couple of latches you release, and it moves off to the side. And we will be simply pulling this out, as I will show you in a second. It's attached through push-on connectors at the bottom. This part here can be a little intimidating because what we're dealing with is the base to the air filter, and it has these snap-on connectors at the bottom. But you'll notice there's nothing holding it in. We look around, you see these clamps. What we're going to be doing is just finagling it up, pulling until it pops up, and there we go. So that has released, and all we need to do now is release this. So with this being a turbo engine, it's got a lot of intake air, so I just released this. You simply pop the connector out like so. There are no bolts or screws to release. And then once that is done, the base of the air filter is completely loose, and you can look down there and see now the space we have. So check out on the bottom of here, these are the push connectors, 1, 2, 3. They snap right in, no tools to pull the base out. So this is the base of the air filter you see here, and these here are your push connectors. So when you put it back in, simply push it back down, and you can look down at the space you have. And now let's zoom around here and look at the battery. You have all that space by which now we can pull the battery out. It's a little cumbersome, yes, but this is how you have to do it on these fancy new vehicles. Keep in mind that this has plenty of space now to be moved out. That doesn't mean it's easy. I made a first attempt and actually struggled to get it out. And here's why. Let's look. There's a little lip down here that catches. You have to lift the battery above that lip, and then the battery is catching in the back on a bracket. Therefore, once you get it up, you have to finagle it out, and then there you go. Lift your battery out, and you're ready for your new one. So let's take a look at the edge of this bracket here for the battery. It's a mechanism that holds the battery on because there's a lip on the battery. Therefore, you can't lift the battery straight out. You have to slide it forward, lift it up and out. And I would suggest cleaning it out. You see mine's a little dirty, and let's go put our new one back in. So here we've got the new battery. You have to put it in, kind of slide it, and it will drop in place, as you can see. Just check that it's firmly on. From here on out, what we're gonna do is attach the cables and put this back in. I'll give you a few clips to help you with this, but to keep from wasting your time, we're not gonna do every single step. It's pretty intuitive, attaching cables, putting it back in place. Here's one point I want to give to you. If you look down here, there are 3 push-in tabs for the base of the air filter. And that's what you're gonna need to align when you put it together. 1, 2, 3, and then down in here, 1, 2, 3, set it in there and push it in place. Perhaps the hardest part of this is getting the nut back down in there. It's very tight. You don't want to drop the nut, because if you do, it could get lost. And so you'll want an extension here. It's 10mm socket that you put down on the screw, but that's where you have to get it into. You have to feed it in. I put the nut in the socket with a screwdriver flathead and guided it across so it wouldn't fall, and put it in place. And then this one is very straightforward. Just tighten these brackets down decently tight, and then we're going to do the cables. So we've got this castle nut here on this fuel pump cable that's going to go into the hole here on the strap. So you simply align it, push it, and that connects this auxiliary cable back. You see we're done with attaching the positive cable, tightened this nut, left that one alone the whole time, and then we're going to be adding right there this auxiliary cable, which has a runner here that we'll plug in as well. And there's our negative cable we'll be attaching momentarily. So to finish it out here now, it's the negative cable, and this we detached here. Not sure where that goes to, but we have to reattach it in terms of what it actually feeds. It's an electronic cable. And then final step here being attaching the negative cable like so, and we will tighten that down and be good to go. You can take this base now and find where the push connectors are, the male section, and guide them into the female parts, and those are in place there. Now I'm lining up here as well, the hose at the top, and then ready to start pushing once those are all aligned and in place. And looks like it's all good except for the bottom. So this is all snapped in place, and you can see that it sits at a bit of an angle, which seems kind of funny at first, but that's the way it's supposed to go. Here, slanting down to my left. All the push connectors are firmly in, and then you have these latches we will put into place. So now I'm going to reattach the connector there for the electronics. Make sure that you put your air filter back in that you took out. It slides in like so. Get that firmly in place. And once you've got it where you want it, you realign the lid. On the left side, there are slots that you go into. On the right side are these snaps. They're like latches that you hook on, and there it's now all in place and ready to go. Thanks for joining me on this how-to video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, leave some comments. That always helps the channel. And one thing I would like to do here at the end, we always like to have a lot of fun at the end of our how-to videos. Let's see if we can change the battery and the filter location. That would be a lot easier, and maybe Ford will get the idea and do it next time. So here we go.